Shared goals.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence, the first one of the new year here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, and Freedoms with an S, freedomsphoenix.com studios. And it's kind of chilly and chilly. Oh. We got friends today. You know, we so popular, we have F-16 circling Freedom's Phoenix workshop. You know, we're like, what the heck is that, man? We go out, and they're just circling right above us. You know, I got Thomas, tell us what you saw, man.
Well, there was 4 of them. I heard them going over the shop, and it's very interesting because you can always tell the military aircraft over the sound of a regular airplane because they're so much louder. So I heard this thing going, oh, that's kind of weird. And then I heard them again. I'm like going, there's something going on. So I bolt outside, and there's F-18s going across the sky, circling around. I'm going, what the heck is going on? I mean, why are we under military law or something? And, you know, one of these things flies over your head. You know you better be watching out because this is an angel of death. And so I called Ernie and Sierra, and they come on out. We got F-18s flying around and over Phoenix. I didn't know what the heck was going on.
So we got videos and everything doing that. But Drew, you know, what are you, off camera or something?
Yeah, I'm over here. Hi.
So you're down at the Capitol.
So you guys didn't know why there were Were they F-18s? Did you know planes?
They were
all the time?
F-16s.
They were F-16s, 15s
yeah.
or 16s or 18s. They look all about the same. But
well, F-18s have like the twin tail, and the F-16 has one.
Correct.
So they were F-16s.
Well, the point is, it was not martial law, Tom. It was the coronation of Governor Jan Brewer today.
Emperor.
So that was special. Yeah, I went down to the Capitol, and I saw what you guys saw when I was driving, trying to find a place to park. I can see all these police officers looking over their shoulder, and I looked over, and it was just about this area, Central Phoenix. It looked like they were dogfighting. I mean, they were weaving in and out and doing circles and doing all kinds of funky thing. And then as soon as I parked my car, it was just at about noon when this thing was supposed to kick off. They did 5 right over the Capitol, and I almost thought as I was getting out of my car it was a missing man formation, but I didn't see, because of the way the building was where I parked, I didn't see one go straight up, but I saw 5 go straight over the Capitol, and then they were gone. So it might have been a missing man formation thing, but I don't know who they would be paying tribute to, but it was for Governor Brewer's
We've
thing.
had this in the past when it's opening day for baseball or Super Bowl or something like that. You'll get the B-2, you know, slowly going by, and fighter jets going and so on. And they're always at these different events. It'll be like NASCAR or something like that. You know, do you think the United States federal government loves NASCAR that much? Why do they do that? Why do they have U.S. Army, NASCAR, all this kind of stuff? It's not to make them look good. You know, I mean, the NASCAR or the sport or something, or they'd be flying over golf games, I guess. I mean, you know, no. It's to give them credibility. Yeah, I'm sorry?
It's association, where you're associating something you love, like football or NASCAR or something like that, and now you're associating it with the military. They're on the same team.
So 10-year-old boys look up in the sky and go, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, I want to be a pilot. I want to join the Army."
Right. You know, this is so here. Arizona's getting some support, man. I mean, you know, Arizona's got to be. You know, we're on the plantation, and we is agreeing too. And I tell you, you know, I bet you I can see how the meeting goes. All right, now this is what's going to happen. We're going to give you a bunch of money. We're going to bail your butt out, and you know, in exchange, we're going to want this. Oh, we'll give you a flyover.
And Jan Brewer kissed the ring.
And she's like, yes, boss,
how high?
How high? So this is, I can see where this is going. Well, tell us, Drew, what was going on down at the Capitol today?
Well, it was the coronation ceremony, and I like I said, I showed up right about noon, and the display of force was pretty interesting. I didn't go 2 years ago to the inauguration, but I remember hearing about it and seeing a little video of it. They had the whole Capitol this year chain link fenced all around Bolin Plaza, the plaza out front, all around the Capitol building, chain link fence.
Wow.
And you could not go, I forget the name of the street that is right there in front of the Capitol, in between the lawn, that little side street that's right there. It's like 17th, yeah. It was all blocked off. You couldn't walk. You couldn't go up into the courtyard area in front of the museum. It was all by invitation only. I had an invite, but it wasn't to me. It was someone else. But I didn't really want to play with that. But they had it all roped off, and I'm thinking, hey, this is my public Capitol, right? I pay taxes for this. What if I wanted to go to the museum today? I can't.
Sorry, you lose.
Yeah, so I couldn't get into the media area, so I showed up, and there was a public viewing area. I walked over there and actually ran into an activist friend, just started chatting with him. And they were doing a prayer, and a Native American gentleman got up and said something about Jan Brewer, and somebody else said something nice about her, and we just kind of chuckled, and I said, okay, I've seen enough. But the point of this was there was a huge display of force. SWAT team, DPS, they had everybody out there. The Capitol Police have their own Capitol Police with their own little dress garb, and it was ridiculous. So there was, like I said, DPS agents every 10 feet. So there was quite a display of force, and I thought that was telling of what Jan Brewer's about.
It's all about force.
I'll tell you, what my view on this thing is. This is what happened. Let me get a pretty picture up there. There we go. Every year when they have the State of the State address, when they open up the legislative session, every year I go down there, make sure they check my firearm. Check my firearm, walk in, say, yo, what's up, and leave. I was here. I did my thing. We have, a lot of times, they'll have a table out there in the center courtyard, and it'll be for whatever, Freedom's Phoenix, or, heck no, we want whatever, or we got a something. This year, because things are bad, and they were certain we were going to be causing a ruckus down there doing something. They were just, here they come, all the Levolutionary, we just know they got something planned. So they had it, and I'm just like, we're past this now, man. It doesn't matter what you guys do. It's over.
Well, it's laughable because the budget, is probably the biggest thing that actually concerns us or actually affects us as, citizens of Arizona. But yet they're already hyping up for all the great things they're going to do for the immigration problem, and the anchor baby thing that they want to do, and repeal the 14th Amendment, all this stuff that they want to do. And that's all they're talking about. They're not talking about the budget. When that's not the stuff that bothers me. I'm not worried about the invasion of cheap labor that want to come buy our products and services. I'm concerned that the state is sideways, and you're going to start writing IOUs, but yet the rhetoric is already there about how it's a great year for the immigration problem, and the Republicans will save us. And
that is the number one thing.
That's the thing, right? So it doesn't make any sense to me, and that's not obviously high on my priorities list.
And both. Did you go to the Wrigley Mansion Bill of Rights thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I walked out as soon as Russell walked in.
Okay. Well, Russell Pierce was there, and we had a conversation.
And he was very out of place. Did he not look out of place?
Oh yeah.
Mr. Patriot American Constitution. Right. Oh, way out of place.
Yeah. What happened was it was Bob Levy from Cato gave a presentation on the Dirty Dozen. 12 Supreme Court decisions that screwed us, and he kind of went over that. And he was a speaker at our first Freedom Summit in 2001. We've had him on the show before. He's more libertarian than he still thinks he's of that generation. Well, we got to get in there and fix it. I'm like, Bob, it's not going to get fixed, man. Come on. How is that getting paid off? So he's of a different generation, but he gave a good presentation. And then Gary Johnson, the former governor of New Mexico, was there, and he was talking about getting out of Afghanistan, decriminalizing drugs, all this others, and the crowd is like cheering. And this is supposed to be a Republican conservative kind of thing. Alan Corwin, Mr. Gun Guy, he gets up and he goes, well, he's kind of apologizing to everybody. Well, yeah, there's a heavy libertarian bent here, kind of deal. I'm like,
there's an anarchist bent here.
I'm going, yeah. So then Russell and now he is, I didn't know this. I
Senate president.
He's the president of the Senate now. So he and I had a little conversation. I know what's coming. And Let me tell you how much I know. I didn't need to go down there this year. We'll be right back. We'll talk about it.